Let me come to you immediately, Ronnie Mayanja, the man that I call Prince Ronnie. First of all, tell us a little bit about the organization that you are associated with, the Ugandan diaspora. What exactly is it and what makes it tick?
Okay. Actually, before Shaka I move into the Ugandan diaspora, I've just stepped down as a two-term elected Uganda North America Board of Directors Association executive. This is the organization pretty much that brings together all Ugandans in North America. But I wanted to correct a statement which was the UNAA. That is our news blog pretty much I founded about 5-6 years ago with a friend called Solomon Jagwe. And the idea basically was sort of founded along the principle of Huffington Post of sourcing for Ugandan articles, pretty much here in North America, that I put together, with a piece in a piece to highlight stories about Uganda, the invisible children and so many other things. I pick up stories from the New York Times. So that is something that I wanted to say. The other thing is that the Uganda diaspora, incorporated pretty much a new venture that I'm involved in, again, with some friends and some people who love Uganda at heart, is pretty much that we're trying to start an idea of recognizing Ugandans who live abroad. People like yourself, people who have inspired us. We hail from Uganda, you come from Kabale. Some of us grew up. I went to King's College, Budo. I went to Makerere University. I remember listening to you back in the day, and one particular program I used to love was when you interviewed General Mosquito.
Daybreak Africa.
Yes, that is in Liberia during the times of Charles Taylor. So there
Actually,
was
that was Sierra Leone.
That was Sierra Leone? Okay, yeah. During that time, one of the things that I realized that, by then I was at Makerere, but there were certain things that really struck me about people like yourself. And I was inspired to be where I am today, because later on I was able to go to Boston University and then later on to CNN. But the one thing that I feel that when you look at the diaspora as a whole, we've had people like Kwatsi Alebaruho, for instance, who is the first black African-American flight director to lead a mission to space, who is Ugandan, or I could say has Ugandan DNA in him. Look at Captain Lukia Mulumba, who is an Air Force in the U.S. Armed Forces. Look at Julia Sebutinde, who tried Charles Taylor, is a Lady Justice from Uganda. There are so many people who basically you could look at. And to my right here is Derek Kayongo, the CNN hero, himself. So I think there are like people who have made a difference.
Joseph Da Costa.
That is correct. These are Ugandans. And by the way, the funniest, strangest thing is that when we set up the website in January, ugandandiaspora.com, this gentleman wrote to us and said, hey, you're listing all these people, but you're leaving some of us out. I was born in Uganda. For me, it didn't look initially as a Ugandan, but later on we were so surprised that when we, received a letter from him saying that, hey, there's so many people out there who are Ugandans. And then I also got emails from people in Vancouver, Canada, who they are Ugandan Indians, for instance, who are millionaires out there in the British Columbia, basically the Association of Ugandans over in British Columbia, who also hail from Uganda, who Amin had chased away. So I think we have quite a pool of Ugandans.
What is the criteria? What is the criteria for choosing these people that you have decided to recognize and to celebrate?
Okay, I wouldn't say that there is a criteria as such, but there are certain people who have, I feel, achieved a certain level of success. We are looking at, both education. We are looking at the impact. We're looking at, their philanthropic work. When you look at certain people, like Bishop Sentamu, for instance, who is the first Anglican bishop in the Church of England.
And the second most powerful, actually.
Exactly. There are certain people who have reached a certain level. And all these people, we're going to make an effort when we meet at Serena Hotel in Uganda on December 29th to mention some of them.
I see.
Yes.
Well, what are you going to do for them? Are you going to give each of them a county or something? What are you going to give them?
One thing that I strongly believe in, Shaka, is that we need to celebrate people while they are still here.